Now, a new Australian study has revealed that moderate social media use among teens is linked to better mental health. Who would have thought? Urging a balanced approach to digital engagement, as strict age restrictions on platforms lead to over 500,000 account removals. This is a really interesting one because now Meta has come forward asking the government to reconsider its under-16s ban when it comes to social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, which obviously Meta owns. They're saying we've just got rid of 500,000 bad accounts, so bring them back. Probably no word from the government.
No, and I think they're pretty stuck on this decision. I can't see them changing it anytime soon. It took such a long time to make this decision and enforce it, and it's still being worked out. So for them to backflip now, I think it would be a really interesting, unexpected move. The sample in this study was 100,000, which is a significant sample size in research, and it's really of no surprise. It's saying here that absolutely no social media use and then too much social media use can have harmful effects. So it's just that moderation that is key. It found that younger teenage girls shouldn't use it much at all, but older teenage girls and boys seem to have more positive impact when they're using it moderately too. It comes back to moderation is key. There's been other studies to show that, say, in the context of cyberbullying, that if you completely cut off the victim from social media, not only are you cutting off the bullying, but you're also cutting off their support network. So it's not such a clear-cut issue, and you're cutting off the positive and the negatives by completely banning it, where I think really parental supervision and education and things like that are going to have...
I'm actually totally with you, and I've watched a lot of parents who have been really supportive. A lot of my friends with kids are really supportive of the idea of the ban. You speak to the children, they feel like there's a real divide now between them and their parents and older generations who they think are out to get them. The other thing you mentioned, as you say, is a support network, all the good. And imagine entering the world at 16 and not having used social media in a world which is now so much about what is happening on social media. It's how the President of the United States prefers to communicate. To be left out of that is like banning kids from reading books because some of the books are bad. I don't know how it's going to work out. My other fear is that it's a Trojan horse, as we're seeing in the UK and Australia. You mentioned Grok. Now they want to ban Grok. Now there's talk about banning X for everybody. It's that kind of, it starts with one, moves to the other. What do you think about that quickly?
Yeah, it does make it much easier. It certainly does. And I think with the social media issue, there's been reports from Kids Helpline that the calls relating to feelings of isolation have gone up since the ban. The other thing is too, it's what I find really interesting is they haven't actually provided any support for the kids to transition from social media, to teach them other ways to connect. They've grown up in a world with social media. That's all they've known, and it's been their core lifeline between each other, and then they've just cut it off without any support. And so of course it's going to have a negative impact.
Go cold turkey. They wouldn't do that to smokers or alcoholics, but we do it to kids. US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth has announced that Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok will soon integrate with the Pentagon's networks, aiming to leverage military data for advanced technology. That's despite recent controversies around the world surrounding Grok's content generation. For more, let's head to Queensland. We're joined by Dr. Karen Sutherland from the Uni of the Sunshine Coast. Great to see you, my friend. What are the implications of integrating Grok into the Pentagon network?
What could go wrong? Last week we were chatting about the sort of sexual deepfakes that it's been creating with this new edit image feature. And then Grok was developed to be an anti-woke AI chatbot. And so now it's going to have access to 2 decades of military data. I can't even imagine what could go wrong here because there are so many things. And if it's using military data to make anti-woke decisions, like I don't even, I'm scared. Like, I'm really
there are some though who
scared.
say that Grok is so far more advanced than what you're seeing from AI, other chatbots like Gemini and also ChatGPT. And that's why he's essentially unleashed it, right? Like the whole concept of Elon Musk, as they say, is the world's most successful 14-year-old boy. And so the idea of Grok is to be open. He doesn't want it to have the same sorts of rules in place, which has led, as you mentioned, to the sexualized images. But the power of Grok must be what Secretary Hegseth wants to grab onto.
Yeah, and you have to admit that the Trump administration is all about being anti-woke as well. It aligns very well. I've only played with Grok a little bit, and from my experiments, I haven't pushed it, and I haven't tried to push the boundaries because I'm using it for very specific things. But
you better not be making images of me there.
No. But it tends to peter out. It isn't as impressive as with other tools, and so after a while it just starts to give you rubbish. But I haven't tried to be anti-woke with it or anything like that. I can see why it's doing that, but this AI tool's been banned in Malaysia and it's been banned in Indonesia, and after what happened last week, the UK are looking at how it broke the laws and it's investigating. So it's not that clear cut. It'll be interesting to see the use of it, and they are using multiple AI tools in the Pentagon, so Grok's not the only one, which is heartening. But I think we'll really see what the outcomes are like. I think it will come out in their content, their data analysis, and let's just hope they're not using it for decision making, because I think that will be quite interesting to see what the outcomes will be.
What measures are in place to enhance and I guess ensure responsible use of AI in military applications? Because I would imagine behind the scenes what we don't know is that right around the world you've got global superpowers from China to Russia and others trying to utilize AI, and China wants to be a leader, Russia wants to be a leader, the US wants to be a leader in this as well, particularly how it could be used in military applications.
I don't think they would tell us the measures that they've put in place. There's international laws around technology and the use of it and things like that for warfare and those sorts of things, but really the US tends to do what it actually wants to do. It's not really following international law, as we could see lately. It's really hard to know at this stage. I think the next few months after this announcement, I think the next few months in the US will tell, but I'm not sure if they'll even say, oh, Grok assisted us with this or whatever. But yeah, but I find it interesting that they actually announced it, and they announced the tools, because you think too that would also leave them open to attack and to be hacked and things like that as well. Yeah, an interesting decision to announce it.
It's also such a weird about face. Think about all of the strange things that have happened between Elon Musk and the Trump administration. The president himself over the past year, essentially, where he came in, they were best mates, fighting together, standing side by side. Trump appoints Musk as head of Doge. Doge only saves about $800 million, not the $1 trillion that they were hoping for. And then you've got a situation where they fall apart, and then Musk accuses Trump of not wanting to release the Epstein files because Trump's name is in them. But now they're back together. This just highlights the unstable and uncertain nature of the relationship between the administration and Elon Musk, but also an about face because Secretary Hegseth heads to SpaceX. Whether or not the US government likes it, whether it be the Democrats' administration, we remember Biden utilizing Teslas and pushing EVs, obviously Obama as well. But either side, there's this realization they need Elon Musk, they need his products.
Oh, 100%. And I think there are a lot of existing contracts between Musk's companies and the US government as well. Yeah, I think even though Trump and Musk might have their issues, I think the actual, professional relationship will continue for sure.
Got to leave it there. We'll talk to you again soon.